This video is here to review how to conjugate in the present tense. If you already feel confident conjugating in the present tense, you may use your notebook to attempt the practice problems that are in the Google form. If not, continue to watch this video to learn more. So remember that we have three types of verbs. We have verbs that end in AR, we have verbs that end in ER, and we have verbs that end in IR. Examples include hablar, to speak, comer, to eat, and escribir, to write. So why do we conjugate? We conjugate all the time in English. So examples could be, I don't say he am, but rather he is and I am. Both am and is come from the infinitive verb to be, which is ser in Spanish. In Spanish, you can't say yo comer, I to eat. You have to conjugate and say yo como, I eat. So our AR verb endings are here, and these are what we would change the ending to be depending on who is talking. So the yo form ending for AR verbs is o, to form is as, él, ella, usted, or a singular noun, we use a. Nosotros, we use amos, that's our we. Vosotros, we use ais. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, and then plural nouns, we use an. So that's our plural people, like they and you all. And just an FYI, vosotros is the same as ustedes. It's just a different subject pronoun that's only used in Spain, and you won't be required to use the vosotros. You should just be aware that it exists. So take a moment to pause, and we're going to try out conjugating yo, llevar, and nosotros, necesitar in your Google form. Following the example of yo hablar being yo hablo, taking off the AR and adding back O, and the tu bailar, we take off that AR and we add back AS. For our ER verbs, we have all of our different endings for ER verbs as well. So for the yo forms, we have O. The to form, we have es. Él, ella, usted, and singular nouns, we have e. For the nosotros form, we have emos, vosotros, eis. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, or any plural nouns, we have en. So examples for conjugating based on these subjects, we have yo comer. So we would say yo como, taking off the er and adding back o. For to form, to say you drink, we would say tú bebes, adding back the es. And now I want you to pause and try the two er verbs. So conjugating yo beber and ella comer. Lastly, we have IR verbs, and this is also in our grammar notebook. It's slide 5. And we have very similar endings to our ER verbs. So we have for the yo form, that I ends in O, like always. Our to forms that ends in ES, that's the you. He, she, and a formal version of you, so él, ella, usted, ends in E. Nosotros ends in IMOS. Vosotros ends in IS with the accent on the I. Ellos, ellas, ustedes ends in en. Some examples for conjugating, we could have for yo escribir, yo escribo, for I write. For the to form of compartir, we would say tú compartes, you share. So now I want you to try these two, yo compartir, and then ellos asistir. If you still feel like you're not quite understanding, there is a video at the end of this section, and I want you to watch that and then attend tutoring today as well. And please reach out with any questions that you have regarding conjugation.